I'm Lena Miranda. I'm the CEO of Linköping Science Park. I would describe Linköping Science Park as a very mature innovation ecosystem. We have a great university with great research and great education. And then we have the innovation office at the university. Then also the LEAD business incubator that helps entrepreneurs and new startups to start their careers.
My name is Katarina Sandberg and I work as CEO here at LEAD. LEAD is a business incubator that works close to the academia to take research ideas from the idea into a fast-growing, innovative, sustainable company.
Then we also have the Science Park that work a lot with support to scale-ups and connect all the growing companies to the surrounding world and innovation ecosystem. And since we are quite a small region, we are well connected and we collaborate a lot.
My name is Marie Ekström Trädgård and I'm the president of Sectra Imaging IT Solution, which is a part of Sectra AB, where I'm also the vice president. Well, Sectra has been in the Science Park for many years. We were founded more than 40 years ago by some people from the university. They did it as a startup company. They have it as a side job almost, and that have grown from that. And of course, the connection that Sectra always had with university has been critical for our development.
My name is Anna Björklo. I am the managing director of Epishine. Epishine has had great help of both Linköping University and also the incubator LEAD that is working in this area. Epishine was founded in 2016 and is built on more than 25 years of research from Linköping University. Our goal is to make a positive planetary impact by using organic solar cells. And our first phase in our company is to use the energy that you actually have already indoors. So you take that energy from office labs and create power. Well, Linköping Science Park is a great place to be, and that has been facilitating Epishine's journey. And I really believe that there is so much talent and knowledge in the university, but if you can get that knowledge and combine those people, great people, with also entrepreneurs and other kinds of great-minded people, you actually can explore that knowledge into the real world. And when you get the knowledge out in the real world, you can actually create great value. Without Linköping Science Park and LEAD, we haven't been able to make our journey as we have done.
One of the great things here in our region is that we work close with the academia, and then they can come into the incubator with the idea. But we also work really close with the science park. So for me, it's like a chain. So we can take from the idea into a scale-up company, because the science parks works more with the scale-up part.
The Science Park were founded in 1984 after close discussions with Linköping University. And ever since, we've been enabling new technology and new innovations. The vision for the Science Park is to use different technology, like we are very good in software, hardware, built-in technologies and connected systems, and use them together with emerging technologies such as AI, IoT, cybersecurity, and visualization to enable the next innovations. And we can see it coming within medtech and also within agtech, where you digitalize the agriculture sector, and also within new energy solutions like Epishine. This is a hotspot of innovation. Linköping is known for deep tech, and we have the fastest growing ICT sectors in the whole of Sweden. And we are a very tight community where everyone boosts one another and helps each other.
Much for that really great movie, and I'm eager to hear more about your hotspot, Lena and Katarina. Are you ready to take over the stage?
Yes. So happy to be here today, and thank you for that introduction. Katarina, a community that boosts one another and help each other. What would you say?
Yeah, I really agree on that. And what we are really great at in the region is that we put the startup or the idea in the middle and really discuss what can we do to make the best and fastest growing company together, and which one of us will fit the best.
And you described the value chain very good, I think, from the idea at the university and then into the incubator?
Yeah, so from the university or from one of our hubs outside, like Visual Sweden or Vreta Cluster or some of the others. And then the idea comes to us and we can work with it with the startup company. And when they start to grow and we finish with them at LEAD, then we hand them over to you.
Yeah, and then we have a program called Swedish Scale Up, which we do in the central mid Sweden together with some other science parks and incubators that are close to us. And we support the scale-ups with different services like business counseling, funding, but also connect them to smart specialization in the next step so they can have specialized competence to develop further. So Katarina, should we mention something about the different platforms and events that we can offer in the region?
Yeah, that's a great idea. We work, as I said, close to the university, and together with, we have two different programs, Sommarmatchen, the summer match, and Entrepreneurs in Residence, where we take entrepreneurial persons and students and put in research ideas. And during a summer, the students will work with 10 research ideas to get them closer to the market. And then some of those ideas can jump into the Entrepreneurial Residence program to take the idea further. So that's really a great way of working with really early ideas.
Another great platform is also the Ignite platform, where LEAD have been very engaged since the beginning, right?
Yeah, we were one of the incubators that started Ignite. So we have been there right from the start. And that's a great program because it really gives the startup an opportunity to get the first proof of concept and paid business. So that's really great.
Yeah, and we actually did an event together with Ignite early this fall, where we connected German corporates with Swedish startups within Industry 4.0. And it was a great event, and that actually helped us also to further build the ecosystem of 4.0 or smart industry together with our region. We also did another process called Index 2020, where 4 of the global corporates that we have in the region also wanted to connect to startups in the industry segment, the smart industry segment. So that was also a great way to connect to startups, not only in our own region, but all over Sweden and some even abroad. And that process actually concluded in 5 pilot projects that were funded by the 4 corporates. So what's up next? What will happen at LEAD?
Here at LEAD, we work a lot with the global goals and how to put that and include that in our business development, and also to take it one step further to really count on the startups and see how much can they deliver out to a better world. So that's really an exciting project that we are into right now.
Wonderful, Katarina, and we will do our best to meet you and take it further within the Science Park. So let's hear what our entrepreneurs have to say, and we will welcome now 3 different companies from our region. It is Hanna Falk from Creative, Lisa Åbom from Nira Dynamics, and Anna Erkestam from Bioreperia. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, great to see you here.
Great to be here. Yes.
So let me start with you, Lisa. You are a very fast-growing company, R&D company within the mobility segment here in Linköping Science Park. What are your experience from being in an innovation environment like Linköping Science Park? What have that meant for Nira Dynamics?
I think it's been very crucial for us. I mean, we were a startup back in 2001, and since then we've been growing rapidly, as you said. I think we need to be in this context to be inspired by the environment that we see here. But I think the most important thing for us is to get access to the competence, to the people. So I think a lot of the events we've done recently has been around recruitment, broadening the recruitment base, and to be an attractive company in the park.
Wonderful. Could you add a few words about what we did together?
Yes, I think one of the things that we've been very happy for, I guess, in the recent times, we did this Global Impact Jam a few years back, and we used that context in order to discuss and learn more about a few areas. One topic was to recruit with better diversification, to be better at recruiting broader. But I think the one thing I would like to mention is that we also had one topic on the Global Impact Jam where we focused on working from home. And at that time, it was for us to be better in balance the life between work and life balance, to work anytime you want to when it suits you, and then in a more convenient way. So we did a lot of work around that a few years back. And now when Corona hit us, we could really switch from one day to another and to start to work from home. And our employees are quite content with the effectivity of working from home. And we're now trying and working quite hard to find ways of socializing and getting the social context in place as well, which is more difficult, of course.
Wonderful to hear that we were quite early with working remotely and that you were actually prepared when the Corona hit us. So let's move over to Anna Erkstam and Dioreperia. You are part of the LEAD incubator program. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience from LEAD and also being in the environment of a science park?
Yes. So we went into LEAD 2 years after starting the company, and LEAD has really helped us from growing our idea from a research idea to a finished company, but a growing company. So with all the help that we get from the incubator, with the business coaching, and really to focus on how to build our business in a sustainable way, has been really, really great for us. And being a part of this environment is fantastic, both with all the competence within the park and within LEAD, but also meeting other companies, startup companies in the same place where you are, struggling with the same questions, and having the help from each other has been so valuable.
How would you describe the community around LEAD and the startup community in Linköping as a whole?
Oh wow, it's like a family. So you kind of the companies that are in the same phase as you are, it's like your classmates, and you really grow together. So we still have contact with a lot of our companies that we kind of grew together with, and also it's so easy access to everything. So you meet investors at lunch or at the coffee machine, and you have this easy communication to all different parts of the ecosystem.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anna. And over to Hanna. And you are actually based in Linköping Science Park and also part of the LEAD Business Incubator, working with AI and recruitment. So what is your experience and how is it like in Linköping?
Yeah, it's great in Linköping as well. We actually have also been working a lot in Linköping. So LEAD has the offices both in Linköping and Linköping. And
wonderful. You can move across the region very easily.
Exactly, that's wonderful. So we actually love starting the company here because it's such a good support system when you do it for the first time, and you can get exactly the help you want and need. So it's perfect for us.
Wonderful. And a good setting and a good region to develop an AI tool for the future. Could you tell us a little bit about Creative and your recruitment platform?
Yeah, we are simply trying to digitalize some parts of the recruiting process. We are trying to minimize the risk of human errors that often are made in the recruitment process because of human feelings and unconscious thoughts and so on. So we are leaning on scientifically recommended HR techniques and methods and digitalize them in different ways, for example, with AI.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And that is really a good end of this discussion. And thank you so much. And I will invite Anna Broders from Linköping Science Park into the discussion, because yesterday, Anna, we made a great event where we did some matchmaking with the help of Creative's tool to matchmake international talents to corporates. Please tell us what happened yesterday.
Yes, hi, and Anna Broders is my name. I work as a community and employer branding manager at Linköping Science Park. And in my role, I partly work with attracting new talents to the Science Park, but also working with creating more value for the talents already in our environment. And like you mentioned, Lena, international talents is a really big group of talents that I think we can be better off connecting with the companies. So yesterday, as a parallel session at Sweden Innovation Days, we had a matchmaking event where we used Creative as a tool, where we had a CV database with 135 international talents, and we had open positions from 8 companies, and there was an AI that matches these two together. And yesterday, the best matches, they had meetings over Zoom. So to sum up, there were 48 interviews, 35 talents from 13 countries.
That's wonderful. Do you know anything about the results from this event?
We have been talking to some of the companies, and like at a fair, some matches are perfect and some matches are maybe perfect in the future, but not now.
We need to train the AI, right?
We need to train the AI a bit more, but we already heard from some companies that they will continue with the talents with further tests. And the aim is really to get this first connection between the talent and the company. So only the 20 minutes meeting, and then it's up to the company and the talent to continue the conversation. So I really look forward to see where it will end.
Wonderful. And this was actually a national initiative, right, from 6 different science parks around Sweden?
Exactly. It is a collaboration. It's called Sweden ICT. And we have 6 science parks from Luleå in the north to Kista, Stockholm, Linköping Science Park, Blue in Karlskrona, Lindholmen Science Park in Gothenburg, and Ideon Science Park in Lund. And I think our power is that we really can show the whole of Sweden and attract talents to the whole of Sweden. And we can work with the different qualities of nature, for example, in the different kind of parts of Sweden. So we have companies from Luleå down to Lund. And with help of the Swedish Institute, we also were able to reach out to lots of international talents.
Great. And you mentioned 13 different countries, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. And what are your vision for the future in using this tool and developing it further? What do you hope to achieve in the future?
Well, really, like I said earlier, we all know that the lack of challenge is really the lack of competence for many companies. And I think there is a great force in international, for example, master students who already are in Sweden, but there is also a big interest from people outside of Sweden to come to Sweden. Myself, I'm from the Netherlands, and I really enjoy it here in Sweden now. So to make the bridge between international students or international talents and companies much easier. In the near future, I definitely see an event with the international office at different universities in Sweden to connect the international students with the companies.
And also more maybe of the science parks and the innovation hubs around Sweden?
Definitely, and we really see these innovation hubs and science parks as a soft landing for international talents, because there's a really high international density in the science parks already with foreign-owned companies, but also lots of of international talents already in different companies.
Great. And when those international talents are matched to the right company and they're actually get employed, how can the science parks and the incubators support them when joining the community in, for instance, Linköping?
Well, I think like community, as several of the companies already mentioned before, community is really important. And I think it is, for us, important that there is a broad community and many different community settings so that everybody can find their place and feel connections, because we all know that to be able to thrive in a place, it's good with personal connections. So when we have a big community, then we have lots of connections.
Wonderful. And how do Sweden need to proceed in order to make it easier for international talents to soft land here? Is there anything you would like to address, like policy questions or regulations that can make it simpler?
I think definitely that the policy questions, it has to be a bit faster. Right now it takes some time. And in Sweden, we have lots of different institutes you need to address before getting your visa, for example. And I think there is lots of work to do. Also, a one-stop shop as an international talent, like I would like to come to Sweden. There's a one-stop shop where you can find all the information about a career in Sweden.
So there is still work to be done, but we are on our way into the future, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you so much, Anna. And let's invite the rest of the panel back. And let's see if there's any questions from the chat room. And Martina, who is in backstage, do you have any questions for the panel?
Hi, so we're back here, and let's see if the chat room has anything. We have a chat going on actually about the Swedish fika. It's a new word for many, so that's actually trending right now in the chat. But I have a question for you, and I know that you, Lena, Linköping is famous for its deep tech and your ideas. Is that changing in the future? How do you see the future with new fields, new areas, or are you focusing more on deep tech, or do you see anything else coming up?
I think we will continue focusing on deep tech. Today we work a lot with IoT, AI, cybersecurity, visualization, and emerging technologies of various kinds. But we need to get them to meet what Katarina was talking about before, the global goals defined by the United Nations and the challenges of the future. And we need to address very important questions, I would say, for us as humans and for our future societies in how we want to use technology to create our future society. So I think as innovation environments, this is a really important role for us to facilitate the discussion of the future society, and also about ethical perspectives on algorithms and the development of different code.
Mm. And if we take that, the deep tech ideas, I know that there are usually scientists behind that, and I know that you work a lot with building the teams around them, and we have had a lot of discussion how important the team is. Can you give us some more insights, Katarina, about how you are doing that with the entrepreneurs in resident and all your different programs?
Yeah, of course. With entrepreneurs in residence, we bring on, right now we have 5 trainees working here for us at LEAD, and we have scouted out, I think we had a little bit more than 30 ideas from the beginning, and now those 5 people are working with 11 of those ideas to push them closer to the market. And the goal we have is that within 6 months, we will have 2 of those 11 ideas that we can start new business on. So that's a way of helping the researchers to put the idea closer to the market.
And how does it work? I mean, are the residents then, or the new team members, are they becoming founders or part owners, or how do you do the setup so they are really sticking into the idea for a long term?
In the beginning, they are not a co-founder or an owner. We pay them the salary from LEAD. But of course, we have a vision of that they will fall in love in one of the ideas or a couple of the ideas and being a part of the core team in the end. And we actually have one of the ideas from last year's Entrepreneurs in Residence. They are joining our accelerating program right now with one of the ideas. So there we have one of the startups now. So that's really great to see.
And I think this is...
the other of the trainees, they are working on in one of our other companies that wanted and needed a new team member. So we can use them in different ways.
Yeah. That's really interesting to hear, and I think we're up in Umeå where we are doing almost the same thing, fairly new to it, but it's interesting to hear about all this, and we might need to collaborate more to learn from you. So any final words from all of you, to any call to action that you want to the audience or the chat?
Could you just ask Lisa Åbom about how Nira has joined the sustainable work in the environment around campus?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, I mean, in the Linköping Science Park, we had this green travel plan, I guess you say in English. So a lot of initiatives towards how to travel sustainable back and forth to work, and we also expanded that to do our business travels in a sustainable way as well. So we worked quite intensively with our travel agencies in order to find ways where we can replace, let's say, flying at least one leg of a trip and replace that with taking the train instead. And if possible, we can take the train all the way to the final destination. It's more difficult, I guess, to kind of force our employees to travel to work in a certain way, but we encourage our employees to get to work by biking if it's possible, through making it easy for the co-workers to do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for a really interesting discussion, and hopefully we can have more questions in the chat and we will address that to you. Thank you for a great session, and hope you're having a continuously nice day and to collaborate more. We have one issue that we will address to you, or I will. So thank you so much, and have a nice day.
Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye.